been said and everything's been done, I'll be down the street or passed out on rum. 'Cause I'm trying to forget you, I'm trying to forget about you.
707,230 concurrent active players. Those are absolutely insane numbers, especially given that this is a premium title. You have to purchase the game. It is not available for free. Thus far, if New World managed to retain those player numbers long term, this would easily become one of the 2 most actively played MMOs right now. Now, with that success comes both positive and negative press, positive and negative reviews. Steam, as of the 28th of September, launch day at 5:15 p.m., is currently sitting at 42% positive, which means that almost 60% of all of the reviewers left a negative review. Now, there are 3 very common issues that players have with the game thus far. On the one hand, players are in login queues numbering 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and this is on a Tuesday, a work day. This is not on a weekend. These queue times are taking hours. There have been people that have been sitting in queue for 4 to 6 hours by this point, and they have still yet to get into the game. Now, is that reason enough to warrant a player going and leaving a negative review? I mean, maybe. The second reason is the fact that there are no Southeast Asian or Oceanic servers. Now, I can see that being a big issue here. I am an Australian myself. I lived in Australia for 27 years of my life. I played games like Final Fantasy XIV, I played games like Blade and Soul and Terra from Australia. My ping over in Australia would be 200 to 300. That would make the response between my reaction and when the server received my reaction about a second, maybe a second and a half delay. This made PvPing, this made dodging telegraphed attacks almost impossible for most games, and was therefore a very, very large issue for me. And I can see that being a very large issue for anyone outside of North America or Europe. And the third issue that I've seen is actually concerning the 2,000 player cap on servers. Now, I'm not defending Amazon for any of the choices that they have made. Do not be under the misconception that I am coming to Amazon's defense and I'm coming to New World's defense. I'm not defending anything here. I completely understand all of these concerns, but the 2,000 player cap is only a temporary thing. New World went ahead and they made a tweet at 1:21 p.m. that went on to state that they are aware and that they understand there are some players that are experiencing lengthy queue times, and they are continuing to set up additional servers presently and will expand the capacity of existing servers, which means that the 2,000 player cap is once again only a temporary thing and will be expanded exponentially as the changes that they are working on are properly tested and subsequently implemented. Now, concerning the queue times, I get that it can be rough having to sit in a queue. I did this with Arcade, I did this with Arcade Unchained, I did this with Final Fantasy XIV, I've done it for all of the Final Fantasy XIV expansions, the World of Warcraft expansions. I understand how irritating it can be to have to sit there and wait, and I understand that New World, Amazon specifically, have what should be an unlimited number of servers. We should not have to sit in a queue for a prolonged period of time. And while I do not understand why, I'm guessing it can be attributed to the fact that Amazon did not expect the player numbers that they are receiving. Once again, over 700,000 on a weekday. And I'm also going to go out on a limb here and assume that Amazon expect these player numbers to decrease quite sharply, because not only is there a lot of new hype specifically because this is a completely new game, but also because of the fact that Amazon are working with a number of influential streamers to create additional exposure for the game. I mean, as an example here, the Twitch concurrency for viewers for New World topped at just shy of 1 million. Literally everyone was streaming New World. Now, the majority of the negative reviews that I have seen, and I have sifted through at least a solid 70, 80 reviews thus far, almost none of them have complained about the game itself. There have been the odd review here or there that have said that the combat is terrible, the questing system is repetitious, and there's really nothing to do. And those are all completely valid, warranted opinions. I've played through probably like 30 hours of New World, and yeah, the questing system is pretty basic. There isn't much variety in what you can do and what you can take. The combat definitely, for me at least, left something to be desired, but it wasn't bad, although I can see how it would be for some people. But at the end of the day, the majority of the negative reviews were for those 3 specific reasons. Did those warrant a 60% negative review ratio over on Steam? That's up for discussion. Who am I to say? Regardless, with the sheer number of players that New World has seen thus far, the amount of people that have remained in-game over the course of the day, the amount of people that are genuinely having fun, that is a testament to the success that the game has had. That is a testament to the kind of game that New World is. And while those numbers are definitely 100% undeniably going to decline, and by quite a large margin over the course of the next month, there is no denying the fact that this has been a monumental success, and it has shown us that there are legitimately millions of players that are willing to pay for an MMO, and that our community of MMO brethren are all still here, all still waiting. And all I can do at the end of the day is give my congratulations for successfully launching. Yes, there have been some bumps along the way. Yes, there have been a ton of delays, but it's here. There are tons of people in game playing it. There are tons of people in game waiting to play it. And at the same time, there are tons of players that have yet to get in game and play it, but maybe they'll change their mind and their review once they do. Just remember, this is day 1. There are millions of players trying to play this game. Downtime, latency issues, crashes, bugs. These are all bound to happen. These happen with every MMO release. Expecting this to go over smoothly was never gonna happen.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna